You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. Car chase. The mayor speaks. We've heard from the taxi driver. Now let's have some more evidence, this time coming from the mayor of New York. As I've made it abundantly clear, evidence is so important. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist, particularly lesser and mid-range narcissists, their skewed perspective means that they will actually ignore the evidence, often to their detriment, both in terms of a court of law and the court of public opinion. That provides you with an opportunity to stay focused on the evidence so that the relevant arbiter, whether it's other people or, more appropriately, a judge, sees the evidence for what it is, sees the individual who is the narcissist as being problematic with regard to that evidence, and rules against them. The incident with the car chase is laughably transparent, but it provides me with an opportunity to show you not only the various facets of Harry's wife's narcissism in action, but also the way that her collateral consequences are such that her narcissism has gone for, if you like, the quick grab of control and fuel, etc., but then hasn't had any regard for what can happen. Namely, there's going to be lots of evidence that's going to demonstrate that what she has suggested is, quite frankly, a wagon load of bullshit. Of course, her narcissism won't let her feel any shame or embarrassment at this absolute clusterfuck of behaviour. No, it'll cause her to be defensive about it. It was near catastrophic. You weren't there. You don't know me. You weren't the one that was in the back of the car having to experience what was going on. Yes, Harry's wife, but first of all, it's nowhere near as dramatic as you've suggested it to be. Secondly, it would appear that the behaviour of your security detail made it more dramatic than it needed to be. And thirdly, we all know that you've created this and it was a setup. You're not conning anybody. We turn, however, to People.com, which ordinarily is pro-Sussex. And the article by Corinne Cesarich tells us, NYC mayor slams paparazzi after near-catastrophic car chase involving Harry's wife and Prince Harry. So far, so supportive. After news broke that Harry's wife and Prince Harry were involved in a near-catastrophic car chase involving paparazzi in New York City on Tuesday night, Mayor Eric Adams made brief comments about the incident. During a public safety announcement about retail theft on Wednesday morning, a reporter asked Adams if he could share any information or comment about the chase that a spokesperson for the couple said was caused the relentless pursuit of paparazzi in a statement to People. It's clear that the press, paparazzis, they want to get the right shot. They want to get the right story. But public safety must always be at the forefront, Adams said. 2 of our officers could have been injured, the mayor continued. New York City is different from a small town somewhere. You shouldn't be speeding anywhere. But this is a densely populated city. And I think all of us, I don't think there's many of us who don't recall how Prince Harry's mom died, and it would be horrific to lose innocent bystanders during a chase like this, and something to have happened to them as well, so I think we have to be extremely responsible. He added, I thought that was a bit reckless and irresponsible. A spokesperson for Harry's wife and Prince Harry said in a statement to People, last night the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Ms. Ragland were involved in a near-catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. This relentless pursuit, lasting over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians and 2 NYPD officers. While being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety, the spokesperson added. When asked by another reporter about the duration of the chase, Adams said he is still being briefed on the incident, but said, I would find it hard to believe there was a 2-hour high-speed chase. So again, another piece of evidence that whilst he has spoken about it obviously being upsetting for Harry and Harry's wife, he finds it hard to believe that there would be a 2-hour high-speed chase in New York because as a mayor of New York, he knows that the traffic is just not going to allow that to happen, something which many people concluded very quickly. He said even if it was a 10-minute chase, it would still be extremely dangerous in New York City. We have a lot of traffic, a lot of movement, a lot of people are using our streets. Any type of high-speed chase that involves something of that nature is inappropriate. On Wednesday afternoon, the NYPD released a statement to people reading, on Tuesday evening, May 16th, the NYPD assisted the private security team protecting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. There were numerous photographers that made their transport challenging. Notice again the different description that occurs here from the NYPD. It isn't near catastrophic, it was challenging. They then added, there were numerous photographers that made their transport challenging. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at their destination and there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries or arrests in regard. Therefore, it's been made to seem far more dramatic than it actually was. So whilst the mayor, obviously having one eye on ensuring that his own position is protected, decries behaviour which might impugn upon public safety, an obvious and common sense response, he, of course, demonstrates that he doesn't think that it was a 2-hour chase, and therefore pours scorn, in effect, upon what has been released by Harry's wife. Furthermore, the NYPD merely describe it as challenging. Again, having plenty of experience of traffic issues, if it really was as horrendous as Harry's wife tried to make it out to be, they would say as such. But taking a more objective and measured approach, they simply say that it made their transport challenging. And, to my mind, that's a rather polite way of laughing at them. Merely, the NYPD will be knowing, how come Donald Trump doesn't get chased around, or Robert De Niro, or Brooke Shields, or whoever it might be? How is it that Hugh Jackman could walk the streets of New York without anybody herring after him in cars and motorcycles and electric bikes? The fact is that the paparazzi just don't behave that way in New York towards them. And famous people are allowed to go about their everyday business because essentially there's so many of them. In New York, it's not such a big thing. And people respect the fact that they live there and just let them get on with it. They might take a picture from distance. A few people perhaps might go up and ask for a selfie, but largely people are left alone. And they're certainly not being pursued across the various streets of Manhattan by paparazzi. But Harry's wife has to make it like that because she needs the drama. And Harry's wife has to make it like that because she needs the control and the fuel. And accordingly, what then happens is that we have all of this bullshit. But yet more evidence comes out. This time from the mayor saying, I don't think it was a 2-hour chase, and NYPD just saying there were no reported collisions, summonses, injuries or arrests, and it was simply a challenging transport situation. More evidence which demonstrates that the evidence put forward by Harry's wife should simply not be believed. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.